All right, and welcome everyone to the week of Dustillation. I am your host, Dustillation. Join the nation, or something like that. Basically, this is the second day of this week three. Last night was All Stars. Today, just some normal games. We've got, let's just look at the schedule. We've got a quick sim to start things off. Then we're going to go to Boise once more. I think I just did a Boise stream, it feels like. As the Death Valley Scorpions take on the Raptors. Then we'll have some minor league games. We'll have about two of them total, starting out with the Flamingos and Wheelers. Then we'll go to the majors again. Lunar Base Space Rangers take on the Nashville Stars. Amarillo Armadillos and Puerto Rico Ranas is another minor league game. And then finally, our last stream game of the day is going to be Buffalo Surge hosting the Outer Banks Aviators 2 Legends East teams for prime time for TP Online, of course. Did post a prediction here, so if you want to wager some channel points, it is over under 18.5 total hits between both teams here. So this game in Boise, Death Valley Scorpions taking on the Raptors. So be sure to wager away. So far, it looks like a lot of people on the under. We'll find out. I mean, DVS got a pretty good offense. They could get 3/4 of the way to the over by themselves. But anyway, let's take a look at the recent milestones and accomplishments made by many of the great players here that make up this league. Recently, Max Power, the Death Valley Scorpions, we're going to see later, or coming up soon, is hitting 250 home runs in the career. TGP just eclipsed 200 career home runs. Cross Erickson of the Space Rangers hit 25 triples just now, and Max Power also of the Death Valley Scorpions there, 600 runs just recently accomplished. Osmandi's Albies of the San Antonio Sloths hit 350 career walks. Sportsboy 57 hit 125 career wins, and Brandon Marr of the Toronto Pathfinders hit 75 career saves, while Paxhorn of the Providence Crabs hit 1,500 innings pitched. Been pitching for a long time. Some milestones we could see coming up later today. Nick Fielder of the Aviators, 5 runs away from 600 in the career. Gladiator of the Death Valley Scorpions, just 2 walks away from 350 walks in the career. San Antonio of the San Antonio Sloths still chasing elusive win 100. See if that happens today. And then Lizzie Mitchell of also of the San Antonio Sloths, just 2 strikeouts away from 1750. Long time pitcher. Great player, Lizzie Mitchell. 1,500 strikeouts. Mio Hooper's just 7 away from that. Could get it in one quality start here. Xavier Crawford, who I think is going to be pitching later today as well, is 2 strikeouts away from 1,000, as well as Starscream of the Toronto Pathfinders, just 4 strikeouts away from 1,000. So what's also interesting, Starscream is basically on a career 9 Ks per 9, because also just 9 innings away, from 1,000 career strikeouts. And then finally, Vader Page is 4 innings away from 1,000 innings pitched. So that is a brief look at our milestones. We got the stats scroll back since they were getting me some numbers here. So yeah, let's see what we've got here. We should do a prediction over under crashing, but I think it's going to be a yes crash. So we'll advance the day. And now the real sim will start. I mean, I would be, if I could rig it, I don't know, and if I have been rigging, I'm not sure which way I'm in favor of. It felt like I was maybe privy to the Indianapolis Apex there, but they've since cooled off a little bit, so I'm not too sure. I know one thing for sure, that I'm very anti-Florida, I guess, when I sim. Not sure what it is, but Florida Flamingos do not do well when I sim. So, all right, let's get it going here. We got a quick sim day coming up. No majors games, and we do have a quick run of minor league games. So let's get into it. And we have the Kingpins winning 3-2 over the Bruce City Bears. Taking a look at these box scores. Player of the game in this one's going to be Hound Streamer, sometimes lingering in the chat. Gets the win for the, or gets the player of the game, but not the win for the Bears. Florida Flamingos kind of dunk on the Puerto Rico Ranas here, 12-2. As I was just talking about Florida not doing well. That one's for you, Parquad. You're out there somewhere, avoiding me, as always. Player of the game in this one is Ka-chow Lightning McQueen. Kansas City Hepcats hosting the Lemurs. They win 5-2. Player of the game is Alaskan Bullworm of the Kansas City Hepcats. Yeah. No, wait. What? Oh, Lemurs catcher. Never mind. And Lemurs get the loss, but Bullworm, player of the game. We have the Swift Steeds winning 6-1 over the Anchorage Whalers. They're pulling a little bit above 500 right now. Check out the batting here. Looks like it's going to be Hydra Kone, your player of the game. Kone getting the loss for Anchorage in the start, but did pitch pretty well. Just did not have the run support. And finally, the California Firehawks win 9-3 over the Amarillo Armadillos. Firehawks kind of struggled the last few seasons, looking pretty good here, 35-25, not too bad. A lot of minor league teams are hovering around 500, so if you're a few games above it, you're doing okay. Joseph Jolly is your player of the game in this one. All right, let's get to it. Boise and Death Valley. This one in the valley, or in the, not the Valley of Death, but in the, you know, I mean, Boise's kind of a desert. Okay, BNN is on. We're a little bit offset between the majors and minors, but I think it'll balance back around. Yeah, prediction is closed. Let's get into it. Casey Mize pitch into Rusty Salmon Arms to top things off. Over under 18.5 strikeouts. Let's see if they hit it. Or maybe we'll have a pitcher's duel. Ryan Stryker Jr. on the bump for the Death Valley Scorpions. Salmon Arms steps in as Mize gets ready to throw the first pitch in this one, and we are officially underway, really, with the day 2 of this week 3 variety. And Salmon Arms going to give this one a fly ball deep to center, but caught for out number 1. That is going to be a ground out. Jake Kulik-Warren bouncing out to the second baseman. No problem for Gonzalez. And with 2 outs, Max Power is going to get thrown out just barely by Gonzalez. 1-2-3, the DVS bats go. Bottom of the first with Jordan Gonzalez. Who else leading things off? Ryan Stryker Jr. just under a 4 ERA this season will be pitching. And Gonzalez is going to bounce one over the first baseman. A U3 by Max Power. 1 down.
Strike 3.
Corner vacuum. Striking out, swinging. Big hack there. And they throw it around the horn. 2 up, 2 down for the Boise Raptors as we go to Papa Demeritus, the first. Playing shortstop. Is going to ground out to his counterpart at short. 1-2-3, the Raptors bats go. Top of the second with Rake Slammer leading things off, hot hitting DH. Batting over 300, 18 bombs on the season. But that's going to be a quick ground out to the shortstop. 1 down for all too well 10-minute version. Draws the walks. We got our first base runner in this game. And not a base runner anymore. Mize picks him off. And that is going to be 2 outs. Ground out by Kuma to the second baseman. And it's kind of effectively a 1-2-3. Bottom of the second we go. Still no score in this one. Raptors. Xavier McMagic leading things off. McMagic lifts this one up high to left field, but no problem for Kulik-Warren. Barely has to range over to it. That'll bring up Barry Allen. And Barry Allen lines this one. Sizzler to Brandbill Osman, we're going to see up next inning. Why not? Cove's going to get our first hit of the game. That's going to roll all the way down to the left field wall corner. A 2-out double. See if Michael Williams can knock him in. Milt Williams is going to get this one to the shortstop. Shortstop able to backhand it and make the play at first. So 1 extra base hit here for the Raptors, but no runs across. Top of the 3rd we go. Gladdy Verrero leading things off for the Scorpions, and that is a strikeout looking. Get your bat off the shoulder, son. Randall Osman's up now, and that is a shot rolling all the way to the left field wall. That is an Osman double with 1 down. DVS's first hit in the game. Ray Card now with the runner in scoring position. Going to line it directly to left fielder Dennis Multoid, man. 2 down. Rusty Salmon Arms is going to leg out an infield single. That 38 speed just too much for Papa Emeritus. And with runners on the corners, Kulik Warren cannot knock anybody in. That's a pop-up behind the mound. Shortstop fields it. 3 outs in the top of the 3rd. We go to the bottom of this inning. Dennis Multoid, man, leads things off. Still no score in Boise. And that is going to be over the right fielder. Maybe he's a little misjudged by All Too Well 10-minute version, because Dennis Multoid, man, is going to have a sliding triple. Lead-off triple. Binker McTavish with a great RBI opportunity, but strike 3 looking. As Ryan Stryker calms down a little bit. Jordan Gonzalez is going to get the runner to come across as he grounds out to the shortstop. Boise up early in the bottom of the 3rd. With the corner vacuum setting in, nobody on base. And Vacuum is going to get thrown out by the 3rd baseman counterpart. And the Raptors strike first. Thanks to the lead-off triple from Multoid, man. It'll be top of the 4th. Max Power leading things off. The opposite field slap hit. Lead-off single. Now Rake Slammer, 2-2 count. It's going to get this one to left center, but it'll be caught by Multoid, man. 1 down for 10-minute version, who watches strike 3 go by. Mize' 2nd strikeout of the day, been pitching pretty well. And then Kuma's going to fly out to right field for out number 3. So Death Valley bats pretty quiet here, but all offense has been pretty quiet in this one. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Papa Emeritus first, going to lead things off. Sounded strong, but it's going to be a fly out to Osman in center. Xavier McMagic now flying out to right field. That is 2 down. Barry Allen sets in. Full count. Rounds out to the first baseman. 1-2-3 Boise bats go. It'll be the 7-8-9 hitters of the Death Valley Scorpions to start things off in the top of the 5th. It's been a very quiet day so far. As Gladivero grounds out to the second baseman. That's 1 down. Randall Osman now on the 1-2 count is going to get a single. 2nd hit of the day for Osman. DVS with 4 total hits. Make that 5 down. Ray Card getting a single past the shortstop. So runners on 1st and 2nd. 1 down for Salmon Arms. And then Salmon Arms grounds out with a 6-4-3 double play. That'll do it for the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the inning now with Why Not Cove leading things off. Boise clinging to a 1-run lead. Cove is going to ground out to the shortstop. No problem at all for Verrero. And on the full count, Michael Williams grounds out to the second baseman. So 2 outs quickly for Multoid Man, and Dennis Multoid Man's going to ground out to the shortstop, just barely making the throw in there. As we go to the top of the 6th, we're halfway through this game. Only 1 run, 7 total hits. Kulik Warren leading things off for the Scorpions. Kulik Warren bouncer back to the pitcher. Mize takes care of it for out number 1. Max Power grounds out to the second baseman. 2 up, 2 down very quickly. They're not even seeing that many pitches here. And as Rake Slammer flies out to the center fielder, you wonder, will the Death Valley Scorpions bats figure it out at all? Binker McTavish going to lead things off, see if he can get off the cold stretch, as Ryan Stryker Jr. still out there is going to get him to fly out for 1. 1-2 count to Jordan Gonzalez, and Jordan Gonzalez is going to ground this one back to the pitcher. Can't beat the throw out. Corner Vacuum giving this one a ride, and is going to hang up on the left field line, though. Easy play for Kulik Warren. 1-2-3 Boise goes. Both teams really going in order here. We'll see if that changes. All too well 10-minute version. Leading things off. And that ball hit pretty well. Deep and gone just over the wall. And we got a tie ball game. All too well 10-minute version. Ties it up in the top of the 7th. Just a 1-1 ball game, though. Still can go either way. As Mize deals, striking out Kuma, so not letting that home run get to him. It'll be Gladdy Verrero now with 1 out. Setting in. full count. Valero slaps this one to right, but easily caught by Why Not Cove. And then Brandville Osman is going to pop up to the third baseman. That is out number 3. So DVS ties it on the solo shot. Bottom of the 7th after the 7th inning stretch will be the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Middle of the order for Boise. Papa Emeritus, the first, is going to fly out to center. That's one down. Now Xavier McMagic. Favorable count, makes the most of it. That's gap shotted into the right center gap. Sliding double for Xavier McMagic with 1 out. Good RBI opportunity for Barry Allen. Striker Jr. still out there and strikes out Barry Allen. Striker Jr. is only his 3rd strikeout in this one, but a pretty clutch one, as Why Not Cove is going to get on base for an error. Runners at the corners, 2 down, and that single up the middle by Michael Williams is going to score 1, so the error really coming back to haunt him. Boise reclaims the lead. They're up now 2-1. Runners at the corners, maybe not done yet. Multoid man will ground out into the fielder's choice, so Boise scratching across, 1 run on the error as Petrovic has entered the game. Top of the 8th we go, DVS trailing by 1. Ray Card leading as Josh Berger's entered to try to shut the door. And Ray Card is going to leg out an infield single. So we got runner on first, Salmon Arms up, 0-2 count. Salmon Arms striking out, swinging. Now on the 2-2, Jake Kulik-Warren strikes out looking. Runner's still hanging out on first for Max Power. Full count. Big hack as Josh Berger strikes out the side after surrendering a hit. Bottom of the 8th we go. Boise trying to add some insurance, trying to get out of here with a big home win over a tough Death Valley Scorpion squad. Binker McTavish is going to start things off with a ground out to the first baseman. Close play. Now Jordan Gonzalez grounds out to the second baseman. Gonzalez hasn't gotten on base at all today. Corner vacuum with 2 outs in the 2-2. Strikes out swinging, so Petrovic doing his job. Top of the 9th. Maybe the last chance for DVS here. Trailing by 1. They need a run to send into extras. Rake Slammer not going to do it on this one. That is a high pop-up. But, oh, no, it's a rule the base hit. So it is a runner on second. And then 10-minute version grounds out the first baseman, takes himself. They can't get the tag, so runner gets the second. Kuma's up. Berger deals, and Kuma strikes out looking. So last chance for DVS rides on Gladdy Valero. And Valero strikes out looking as well. Boise wins this one at home over DVS. 2-1 in a very, very low-scoring game with a lot of strikeouts. Boise, taking care of business here on their home field. Yep, this is well, we had some minor league games, I guess, but this is the first stream game. Wow, did not expect this outcome. Thought it would have been a little bit higher scoring with both these pitchers kind of being near the. Oh, I didn't put the. Thanks, Plague. I forgot about the announcement. That was the one thing I forgot about. And now I'm leaving. Casey Mize, your player of the game in this one. Take a look around the league here. It is the Space Rangers winning 6-2 over the San Antonio Sloths. And Arthur Morgan of the Space Rangers been having a hot season. Home run number 20 is your player of the game. Vancouver Vandals win in extras over the New Orleans Rougarou, a 3-2 victory. And we're going to have maybe another prediction thrown up here. I should probably pay out the first one, huh? Player of the game in this one, Dan King Jr. Toronto Pathfinders winning at home against the Sea Serpents, 3-1. Player of the game in this one, Toronto starter Orion Trasserson, getting the dub. It's going to be the Voyagers walking it off against the Cancun Toros in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Jeffy Cove, your player of the game in this one. Or the hero at least. Maybe not player of the game, but had that walk-off homer in the ninth. Will be your player of the game in this matchup. It'll be the Buffalo Surge winning a close one against Detroit, 3-2. Let's get another prediction going here. Like, let's see, Anchorage and Flamingos. What's a good one for this one? How about under 1.5? All right. Player of the game in this one, Lewis Hyon Randall Jr., winning pitcher for Buffalo. Outer Banks Aviators win 6-3 over the Nashville Stars. Player of the game in this one, Adam Hangman, Outer Banks starter, getting the win. And finally, the Providence Crabs are going to take down the Indianapolis Apex just barely. 4-3 victory for Providence at home. Player of the game is in this one is Koala Kyle in the loss for the Apex, but did have a 3-hit day. Nice. Okay, and that will do it. Look at that. Every Legends team won except for the Sloths in this day. We'll see if it holds true in the next one. Minor league games, we don't have any, but we are going to stream one here next. It will be the Florida Flamingos and Anchorage Wheelers over under 1.5 total home runs. Some people saying the over. Let's see. We only saw one home run last game, and I would have expected a lot more between DVS. But we'll see. Minors are a different beast. All right. Get your predictions in here over the next minute or so as we'll get ready for Game 2 tonight. Oh, we got Plague tomorrow? Let's go. Plague's like the best streamer. All right, last chances here as we get ready for Guy Manuel Lohr pitching to Daniel King of the Flamingos. All right. Prediction is closed. As Manuel Lohr is going to deal to Daniel King. And that is a pop out to the second baseman in shallow right territory, 1 down. Full count to Ichiban Sakudo. And that is out number 2 as he grounds out to shortstop. Miroslav Katil strikes out in the big hack. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Flamingos bats. Anchorage Wheelers, Sebastian Otage, batting DH, is set to go against Theodore Furness, starter for Florida. And on the full count, Otage is going to ground out to the second baseman. That's 1 down. Marcelo Reyes will get our first hit of the game. That's a single to center. So 1 on, 1 out for HFFO Cove. Or OFFH Cove. Strikeout by Cove. 2 down now. Runner on first. Scott McNeely flies out to center to end the first. Top of the second we go. It'll be DeVille leading things off for the Florida Flamingos. Nash DeVille strikes out swinging on the 1-2 as Lohr has his second strikeout of the day. D. Fernandez now playing first base, going to ground this one to the third baseman, but he boots it, so Marcelo Reyes can't pick it up. That's an error. Jefferson Steelflex strikes out swinging, out number 2, and then a single to left by Timothy Jr. Puts runners on first and second with 2 down for Lightning McQueen. Can't take the bat off the shoulder. Strike 3 looking. Flamingos score nothing. It'll be the bottom of the second with Ziegler leading things off. As Shane Ziegler steps in, he'll get a lead-off single on the first pitch he sees of the day. One runner on. Slams up, and that's a hit right back at the pitcher up the middle. And that is going to be runner getting to third. So Ziegler on third, and that's a gap shot. So Red Panda's going to strike first in this one. RBI double to put Anchorage up 2-0 at home in the bottom of the second. Still nobody out. See if Walker Wallace wants to keep things going. He will draw a walk. So now a G, Alex G, draws a walk as well. So Theodore Furness in some early game trouble. Sebastian Chavez with bases juice. Grounds out into the 3-6-1 double play. Thought they could have gotten the lead runner at home, but they do not. Runner does score a 3-0 lead for Anchorage with 2 down, though. Marcelo Reyes lines out directly to Steelflex. That will end the inning. And it's now the top of the third with Dan Johnson leading things off as Johnson lines it at Walker Wallace. That's 1 down. Daniel King will fly out to left. 2 up, 2 down for Flamingos. Ichiban Sakudo grounds out to the second baseman. 1-2-3, the Florida bats go, and that's probably because Parquad is not being very nice to me in chat and making me hurt my feelers. So if you're nicer to me, your team wins. That's just science. OFFH Cove is going to get a single to right, 1-on, nobody out for McNeely, who pops this one to the second baseman. 1 down. Ziegler, that's pretty hot off the bat, but it hangs up in right. That is out number 2. This one is going to be caught in left by Steelflex. Sin Slams can't get enough under it, and Anchorage will not get anything across. They still lead, though, 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Miroslav Katil gets robbed of a hit by Sin Slams. Woo! Woo! Nash DeVille striking out, swinging for out number 2. D. Fernandez will bounce out to Reyes at third. 1-2-3, the Flamingos go once more. Only 1 hit to this point. Don't kid yourself, Parquad. The Flamingos lose all the time, whether you're watching or not. Especially if I'm streaming. I'm just kidding. Red Panda is going to fly out deep to left. That's caught at the warning track. And then it'll be Walker Wallace getting an infield single. So 1-on, 1-out for Alex G. And Alex G with a single puts runners on first and second. Sebastian Otage is going to pop out foul territory. That's 2 down. 3-1 count for Marcelo Reyes. Draws the walk. And with the bases juice, OFFH Cove flies out just in front of the warning track. So Theodore Furness gave up those 3 runs in the second. Calmed down in these last couple innings despite a little traffic. Top of the 5th, we'll see if Florida can get something going with Jefferson Steelflex leading things off. Guy Manuel Lohr giving this one a ride, but it's caught at the warning track. I guess they knew the prediction. They knew the assignment. And then it'll be Timothy Jr. leading things off. So 1-on, 1-out for Lightning McQueen. McQueen with a high pop-up caught by the second baseman. 2 down. Dan Johnston, 2-2 count, gets a single up the middle, keeping this inning going. That'll be runners at the corners for Daniel King. And Daniel King gives this one a ride to left. That's good for an RBI single. Flamingos strike for 1 in this one. They trail by 2, though. Ichiban Sakudo up. 2-2 count. Lines it to Sino slams in the left. He's getting a lot of work in today. Bottom of the 5th. Flamingos strike for 1. Scott McNeely leads things off. And McNeely is going to draw the walk. And back-to-back walks here by the Anchorage Wheelers bats. Theodore Furnace still out there. Walks the entire to load the bases. Now Red Panda up. Is going to bounce out into the 6-4 fielder's choice. Runner does score. That's McNeely. 4-1. Anchorage gets that run right back. They take out Furnace for extremely confident. And with the 2-0 count, extremely confident. Slaps this one to left. That's good for 1 run. RBI single by Walker Wallace. Makes this a 5-1 ball game. Alex G strikes out swinging. That is out number 2. Now top of 5. Sebastian Otage gets this one past the first baseman. Do they send the runner? They do. And he is safe. So RBI single by Otage. A lot of small ball here. No home runs. I guess the unders are feeling pretty good. Marcelo Reyes flies out to right, and that will end the 5th. Anchorage strikes for 3 more. They lead by 5 now as we enter the top of the 6th. Miroslav Katil, one of the best bats in this Florida Flamingos lineup, will go first. And he's going to get this one just in front of the warning track, but caught by Sino Slams. The Nash DeVille also flying out to left. That's 2 up, 2 down for Florida. D. Fernandez grounds out after a full count. And that is no problem for Ziegler at second. Bottom of the 6th we go. Anchorage with a 5-run lead, looking to add to it as OFFH Cove drawing the walk. 1 on, nobody out for Scott McNeely. Drawing another walk. Where have we seen this before? I don't know. 1-1 count to Ziegler, and Ziegler is going to leg out an infield single, so we have bases juice for Sino Slams. 12 home runs on the day. It's going to go opposite field, but it hangs up. Will be good for a sacrifice fly, just barely, though. 7-1 lead now for Anchorage with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 count for Red Panda, who strikes out looking. Well, full count for Walker Wallace. Strikes out swinging. What's odd is the runner should have been moving on that, but whatever. It's fine. So that'll end the inning. 7-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. Florida in a bit of a hole. We'll see if Steel Flex can help them out. Jefferson Steel Flex is going to fly out to right. That's 1 down. Timothy Jr. as Robert Grimes has entered the game. Jimothy Jr. taking this one pretty deep, but it's caught at the warning track. I feel like there's been at least 2 hits that could have been home runs. And Lightning McQueen lines out directly to Red Panda in right. Inning over. 1-2-3. The Flamingos go once more. 7th inning stretch time. Wheelers in the bottom of the inning with Alex G leading things off with a single up the middle, down in the count. Not easy to do. 1 on, nobody out as my bestie is Bauer on the bump. Gets Otage to roll up into the 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs for the Wheelers bats. But they don't care. Wheelers, Marcelo Reyes is going to get a 2-out single. Bringing up Cove. And Cove grounds out into the U4. We are approaching the end of the game. Florida's got to get something going here. Dan Johnston leads things off for the Flamingos. And Johnston is going to fly out to right. That's 1 out. Daniel King now. Watches strike 3 go by. Ichiban Sakudo sets in with 2 outs. Last 4 outs for Florida. Full count. Gets this one past the first baseman. He might be going for 2. He is. Hustle double there by Sakudo. Now with a runner in scoring position for Katil. Miroslav Katil, though, flies out to center. Absolutely nothing doing for Florida this game. They trail by 6. Anchorage with a chance to add some more runs. And that is going to be a single up the middle. 1 on for Shane Ziegler. And Ziegler grounds out to the shortstop. Runner does get to second, though. Sino Slams grounds out the shortstop. Runner has to hold, so 1 on in scoring position. 2 outs, and Red Panda can't do anything with it. First baseman able to grab it, and that is it for the 8th. Florida down by 6 in the top of the 9th. They need to score a bunch, and that's a good start. Nash DeVille, single up the middle. That'll put a runner on for D. Fernandez. No hits for him today, and will not have a hit today, as that is a line out to left.
Strike
Jefferson Steel Flick strikes out. Strike 3 right on the edge there. And then with a runner moving, It is Timothy Jimothy Jr. grounding out to the old U3. Game over. Anchorage wins 7-1 at home over the Florida Flamingos. They're getting closer to being back to 500. And we did not see a single long ball, to my knowledge. So I guess that was not a very good prediction. Or it was a good prediction. You know, Parquad, welcome to life as a Crabs fan. Guy Manuel Lore is going to be your player of the game. Let's take it around the rest of the minors. We'll switch it back to the majors here. Swift Steeds winning on the road against the Kansas City Hepcats 4-3, but Kansas City almost came back there. Player of the game in this one, Smokey Bear. State College gets the win. 6-4 victory for the Amarillo Armadillos over the Brew City Bears. Amarillo sitting at 33-28 now. Got 3 hits for Argent there. And Thomas Argent will be your player of the game for Brew City despite the loss. Right, he's Brew City. Yeah. Kingpins winning at home over the Puerto Rico Ranas, walking it off in the bottom of the 9th. Look at that. That is that's like a cubic graph there, like an X to the 3rd, you know. Looks like Pedro Blanco, the hero in this one. Don't tell pal. We can't let him know he did something. Evanescence will be your player of the game. And finally, the California Firehawks winning on the road over the Louisville Lemurs 4-2. Player of the game in this one, California starter Jose Mick 43 with the winning decision. Only 1 hit surrendered in 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. We switch back to the major leagues, but before we do that, I guess I'll do a little tinkin here on a prediction coming up. Next game is going to be Lunar Base and the Nashville Stars. We'll have quite a few quick sims in there, so I'll think of something here. How about we do who will score last? Nashville or Lunar Base? Prediction is up, folks. So who will score last in the Lunar Base Nashville game? Let's keep it moving. Death Valley getting a little revenge over Boise. I think these are all like 2-game series, maybe. But Death Valley wins 4-2. Tell Attica you hit home run. He can come back to the stream now. Only 4 hits for Boise in this one. Johnny Tsunami the second is going to be your player of the game. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Vancouver Vandals sweep the Rougarous in this 2-game series. 3-1 victory for them. Player of the game in this one, Vancouver starter Phil Donahue. 6 in the 3rd, striking out 10, getting the dub. Seattle Sea Serpents win on the road against the Toronto Pathfinders. Not an easy place to win at. Player of the game in this one is Alyssa Jacob of the Seattle Sea Serpents in the win. Cancun shutting out the Voyagers 2-0. Very, very low scoring game in this one. Johnny Quest gets the win in the start for Cancun and will be your player of the game. Keeping it moving here, the Providence Crabs win at home 9-3. Looks like 7 runs in the third inning. Help project them to that win. Player of the game is Adjmizar Cove, shortstop for the Crabs there. Demons winning on the road against the Buffalo Surge 5-1. Player of the game, Hugh Mann, Detroit starter, getting the win in this one. Nashville Stars, close one against the Aviators, got out hit, but you know, Parkod was with me. We'd have a certain saying, but he's too cool for me, so I guess we're not going to say it. 2-1 victory for Nashville. Now that's a disgusting amount of left on base to only score 1 run. Cesar Azawaje is your player of the game, former Outer Banks Aviator, if I'm not mistaken, getting the win for Nashville. And the Sloths win 8-6 over the Lunar Base Space Rangers. Looks like 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Lutz and Bartholomew Brown getting it done in the clutch. Player of the game in this one is Jeff Newman for the Space Rangers, despite the loss. Okay, that will do it for this day. Now, double check the schedule, but looks like we have 3 quick sims in a row before Space Rangers and Nashville. So yeah, we're gonna get through it, folks. Do we have minors this day? We do as well, and then we do that day. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of games here. That's all right. All right, let's get to it. Did I save? I don't remember. We'll just save. Usually the game doesn't crash after the first time, but of course the one time doesn't happen. It's probably, you know, Murphy's Law, whatever. Here we go. Quick sim number 1 in the books. Aviators, with 3 runs in the top of the 9th, are going to win it over the Apex. Oh, Bob Knight? No kidding. Beauregard Rove, your player of the game, starter for the Apex, no decision. Outer Banks gets the win, though. San Antonio Sloths wins 7-3. Everyone throw a chair. What a legendary coach. What a legendary coach. And solid commentator as well. 7-3 victory for the Sloths against the Demons. Just a reminder again, prediction is up. Who will score last? Space Rangers or Stars? It's not necessarily who will win. It's just who's gonna score last. Player of the game, San Antonio's James Lutz. San Antonio gets the win. Nashville Stars shut out the Boise Raptors 4-0. Player of the game, Claw Daddy, The Nashville starter getting the win here in this one, not allowing a single run. Space Rangers win 7-0 over the Vancouver Vandals. Only 4 total hits for the Vandals in this one. Player of the game, Space Rangers starter Allegra Macarena. 8 scoreless innings, 8 strikeouts. Nicely done. It'll be the Death Valley Scorpions winning 10-3 over the Toronto Pathfinders. A lot of runs coming late to pour it on. Jake Kulik-Warren is going to be your player of the game. In the win for the Scorpions. New York Voyagers win 9-5. That's what they're working over the Rougarous. Quite a few hits for both teams, though. Player of the game, catcher for the Voyagers, Squints Palidorus in the win. Providence Crabs win 4-1 over the Seattle Sea Serpents in Seattle. Only 4 total hits for the Sea Serpents there. Player of the game in this one, Providence starter Junha Choi getting the win for the Crabs. Look at me, really earning that 2-pitch save right there. That's what you know. That's the perks of being a GM. You just sit back and get the easy dubs. Cancun wins 3-1 over the Buffalo Surge. This one in Mexico. That good game for Matt Stroh. Matt Stroh is going to be your player of the game. 9 innings, only 1 earned. Going the distance. Going for speed. Let's move over to the minor leaguers. We'll do a quick sim here, as we got a few of these to go. Was it the... Yeah, it's the 19th. So we're on July 16th there in the top of the screen. Oh, you guys probably can't see it, actually. Oh. Well, yeah, you can see it in the kind of the bar there. All right. Let's do it. Dillos winning in not a walk-up, but go ahead. 2 home runs in the bottom of the 8th. Looks like Kirby Bernard, the hero in this one. I know Amarillo likes Kirby. I like Kirby. Last chance to get your predictions in. Robert Gordon, your player of the game in this contest. Robert Gordon is Dillo, yeah. Puerto Rico Rounders win 4-1 over the Chicago Kingpins. Player of the game, starter for the Rounders, Fenrir Lycan, getting the win, 6 innings, no earned. Firehawks win 11-6. Looks like 7 runs in the top of the 8th to help propel them to that victory over the Louisville Lemurs. Player of the game, Joseph Jolly of the Firehawks. Florida Flamingos win 8-1 over the Anchorage Wheelers. A little bit of revenge game. That big day for Sakudo. And Ichiban Sakudo will be your player of the game, helping Florida get that win. State College Swifties win 5-4, just staving off the late inning rallies there by the Hepcats. Yeah, 5-4 victory for State College on the road. Chappie McChapperson, your player of the game, State College starter, getting the dub in this one. Cool, cool. We will keep things moving. We got 2 more quick sims to go. Majors and minors, so chock full schedule here. Looks like it's the Apex getting revenge on the Aviators, winning big 12-2. As the Aviators fall back below 500. They were there for a day. Player of the game, Stun Gun, 8 1/3, giving up 1, gets the win for the Indianapolis Apex. Excuse me. Death Valley shutting out the Detroit, not Death Valley. Detroit Demons shutting out the San Antonio Sauce, 4-0. Only 3 total hits for San Antonio. Quentin O'Quarters, your player of the game, Detroit starter, winning here. 8 innings worked, no earned, 6 strikeouts. Boise wins over the Stars 5-4. We're going to see Nashville coming up here next. Player of the game in this one, Boise's Tucker Montgomery getting the start and the dub. Lunar Base and Vancouver, it's the Vandals maybe upsetting the Space Rangers in the Lunar Base state, wherever they play. I don't fucking know where they play. John Garfield, player of the game here for the Vancouver Vandals. We got 4 hits in this game. Crazy. Yeah. Somewhere in Florida, sure. And it'll be Death Valley winning 6-2 over the Toronto Pathfinders. Player of the game, Giuseppe Jones, DVS's starter, getting the win in this one. New Orleans Rougarous knocking off the New York Voyagers 4-3 in a walk-off. Trevor Tulowitzki, the hero in this one. Player of the game, Aaron Silence, the New Orleans starter, doesn't get the decision, but a solid outing nonetheless. Cancun Toros winning at home over the Buffalo Surge, although Buffalo nearly comes back. Player of the game, Ike Sampson, the Cancun starter. 5 2/3, no earn. Pretty tight hook, I guess, but fan 10 batters, 10 strikeouts, crazy. And finally, the Seattle Sea Serpents walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Chris Angel able to get a clutch RBI here in this one. Wasn't a hit, but it's scored a run. Player of the game, Seattle starter Cookie. No decision for Cookie, but Seattle gets the win. All right. And here we go. It's more minor league games coming up on our first played out game, which is going to be the 19th year Space Rangers and Stars in Nashville. Dillos are going to win 3-1 over the Brew City Bears as we look through this. Next, it's just next, all right, is your player of the game for the Amarillo Armadillos. Getting the win, no earned runs there. Solid outing. Anchorage Wheelers walk it off in the bottom of the 14th. Looks like Alex G with a 3-run bomb to win it, 5-3. Player of the game, Anchorage starter misses. They're going 7th, third, giving up 2. Doesn't get the decision, but great outing nonetheless. Louisville Lemurs win 8-6 over the California Firehawks. Player of the game, Josh Allen, as the Lemurs get the win. Ranas and Kingpins go 19 innings, but Puerto Rico gets the win. Looks like Berezowski reaching on an error, the only error in the game. That is what allowed the run to come across. Yeah, doubleheader. Everyone, look at this. Everyone getting thrown out there for the Ranas. Pretty much everyone as well for the Kingpins. Wow. Alexi Alexander, your player of the game in this one. And the Hepcats win 9-5 over the State College Swift Steeds, protecting their home field. 7th inning, that had to have been a long game. Does it show the time when that game gets over with? I know it shows the time when the games start, but George Garbanzo, your player of the game in this one for the Kansas City Hepcats in the dub. Let's just see. Is there a game log? I think it shows the time. I don't remember now. That's crazy. That's a lot. It has the length of the game. Should we just watch a replay for the memes? I don't even see the length of the game. Oh yeah, 7.5 hours. Oh my god. The game got done at 2:30 in the morning. That's crazy. All right. Let's keep things moving here. We got our last quick sim day. Majors and minors are both off, so let's get to it. You'd think everyone I think everyone left after like 10 p.m. I don't know. I would have. All right. Let's get to it. Stars and Space Rangers. John Camden Jr. pitching against Wright in the dirt. It looks to be a little bit favored by Lunar Base, but they've dropped a few games here, a few winnable games this sim day, so we'll see if that continues or not as we get ready for our third stream game. Just again, brief look at the schedule. We have Amarillo and Puerto Rico, Buffalo hosting the Aviators, as we're going to have 3 stream games in a row, and then that'll be it for the day after a quick sim. So we're about a little under halfway through this. Probably get done in an hour and 15 minutes or so. So appreciate you joining the stream. Let's get to it. Arthur Morgan leads things off for the Space Rangers here in the Music City, Nashville. Strike 3. And Arthur Morgan is going to watch strike 3 go by. Battled in that one admirably. 8-pitch strikeout for Camden Jr. Had to earn that one. Dog and Eminem grounds out to the second baseman on the first pitch he sees. That is 2 down. Strike 3. And Callie Alvarez on the big hack strikes out swinging. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lunar Base Space Rangers. Lalo Salamanca longtime Nashville star, or whatever they're called, is going to lead things off for the home team. Salamanca grounds out to the shortstop. That's one down. Bring up Jose 43 1/4, who gets a single to left. Dog and Eminem able to trap it. 1-on-1 out for Adalbert Steiner. And Steiner is going to get an infield single. Runners on first and second for Tony Yeboah. Good RBI opportunity, but right in the dirt, rings him up. Yeboah going down swinging. Aldrin Sav now steps in, and Sav is going to get this one to third base, who swings it over to first. Tough play by Raking the Lake, but that's his specialty, defensive specialist. And that is the end of the first. Couple hits for Nashville, but no runs. Top of the second we go with Allison Chains. And Chains is going to fly out to center. One down. Scumino Holcavado now is going to fly out to left. That is 2 outs. Jeff Newman grounds out to the shortstop. They have the shift on. Shortstop fielding that right behind the second base. And 3 up, 3 down once more for the Space Rangers. We go to the bottom of the second with Bailey Jones leading things off. Jones lines this one to center. That's 1 down. Jeff Windsor on the full count. Strikes out swinging right in the dirt's second strikeout. That'll bring up Alexandra Hirahara, the DH, who will strike out on the 0-2 fork ball. 1-2-3, the Stars bats go. Top of the third with Cross Erickson leading things off. And that is going to be a fly out by Erickson to the left. 1 down. Blair Boyant is going to ground out to the shortstop. That is 2 down. Full count to Raking the Lake. Draws the walk, so Winter Base is first base runner of the game. As Arthur Morgan steps up, that is a 6-4 fielder's choice to end it. Through the top of the third, it's all zeros. Bottom of the third with Jake Silliams starting things off for the Stars. And Silliams gonna go opposite field. Does it have enough? Yes, gone. Just hooking past the right field foul pole. Oppo Taco solo shot for Jake Silliams. Nashville out in the lead, 1-0. That's going to be a pop-up by Salamanca, fielded by the second baseman. 1 down. Jose 43 1/4. The big hack. That is out number 2. Adalbert Steiner batting third is going to set in. Has a hit earlier. Make that 2 hits in this one. And Steiner gets picked off by right into dirt. So solo shot makes this a 1-0 ball game in favor of the home team, Nashville. We'll see if things change here in the top of the fourth. Ground out by Dog and Eminem. Bailey Jones able to take care of it. And then Callie Alvarez draws the walk on 4 straight pitches. Loud hit. That is deep, deep, and gone into the bullpen. Allison Chains' 2-run blast to give the Space Rangers a 2-1 lead. Their first hit of the game is a loud one. And they are in the lead now on the road. Scumino Holcavado strikes out for out number 2, bringing up second baseman Jeff Newman. And Newman is going to draw the walk. Ross Erickson sets in now, and Erickson lines it to Aldrin Sav. Heads up play there. 2-1 lead for the Space Rangers. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We'll see if Nashville can get those runs back. Tony Yeboah leads things off. He was up when Adalbert Steiner got picked off. But that is going to be a shallow pop-up to left for Yeboah. Aldrin Saab now in on the full count. Gets this single past Raking the Lake. That's a 1-out knock. Bailey Jones up. Strike 3. Bailey Jones strikes out swinging. Jeff Windsor now. Single up the middle with 2 outs. Aldrin Saab hangs out at second, though. Runner in scoring position for Hirahara. But Hirahara is going to ground out to the shortstop. Cannot collect it. That is an error on Blair Boyant. Doesn't come back to haunt them, though, as Jake Silliams strikes out swinging with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We're through 4 innings. Lunar Base with only 1 hit, but has a 2-1 lead. That is going to be a line out by Boyant to the right fielder, Salamanca. Now Raking the Lake with a 1-out knock. Second hit of the day for the Space Rangers. They haven't been really tearing the cover off the ball. as Morgan flies out to deep center. That's 2 down. 3-1 count for Dog and M&M, draws the walk, so runners on first and second. 2 down for Alvarez, who strikes out swinging. Camden Jr.'s been pitching pretty dang well, but just that one blemish of the 2-run homer has really been it. 2-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th, see if the Stars can get Camden Jr. some run support. Lalo Salamanca leads things off with a single up the middle.
Strike 3.
Jose 43 in the quarter, bat in second is going to watch strike 3 go by. 1 down. Albert Steiner on a full count is going to leg out the infield single. That is Nashville's 8th hit of the game, excuse me. Only 1 run to show for it. And then Yeboah grounds out into the 3-6-3, but nope, they don't turn it. It's just the 3-6 fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Aldrin Staub bounces out to Newman at second for out number 3. Top of the 6th. We're about halfway through this game. Space Rangers with just 2 hits, but 2 runs is enough for them to have the lead here in this one by 1. Allison Chains, single, hard hit single up the middle. Lead off, grand style start. Now Sumino Holcavato enters, and that's a 5-4-3 double play. Nicely turned Jones to Silliams. And back to Yeboah for 2 outs. Jeff Newman lines it to the right fielder. No problem for Salamanca. And nothing coming across again for the Space Rangers. Bottom of the 6th we go. With right into dirt still out there. Bailey Jones leading things off. Jones grounds out immediately into the second baseman. That's 1 down. And then Windsor grounds out to the second baseman. That's 2 down. Alexander Hirahara draws the walk. So a little traffic with 2 outs here for right in the dirt. Jake Silliams is up. Silliams giving this one a ride. Does it have enough? No. Caught at the left field warning track for out number 3. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Lunar Base Space Rangers as we go to the last third or so of this game. Ross Erickson leading things off. Jebediah Crunk Jr. has relieved John Camden Jr. We've got a lot of nepotism here in this league. And that is going to be a leadoff walk. As Blair Boyant strikes out swinging. Raking the Lake now up. And on the 2-2, Raking the Lake is going to pop this one to left center. That is out number 2. Arthur Morgan, see if he can get going. No! Robbed of a hit by Salamanca in right field. So the Space Rangers stifled once more. They are clinging to this 1-run lead, but they aren't really ensuring it that great.
Strike 3.
Paulo Salamanca strikes out looking right in the dirt's 8th strikeout of this game. I'll bring up Jose 43 and a quarter. On the 3-1 count, draws the walk. So 1 on, 1 out for Steiner. And Albert Steiner grounds out into the 4-6 fielder's choice. They don't turn 2, though. Boyant holds on to it. And then Marston has now come on to the game. Strikes out Tony Yeboah here to end the 7th. We go to the 8th. Lunar Base up 2-1 with Doggin M&M trying to lead things off.
Strike 3.
Big hack there by Doggin M&M. That is 1 down. 1-2 count to Cali Alvarez, who strikes out swinging. 2 outs now. Allison Chains is up. And Chains pops this one up way up high, but it's caught by the catcher in foul territory. 1, 2, 3, the Space Rangers go in the top of the 8th with the inning turning back to Nashville. Trailing by 1, Aldrin Saab set to lead things off. Saab, high fly ball, but directly to Morgan in right. 1 down. And that's going to be Bailey Jones grounded to the shortstop. 2 down. Jeff Windsor's up.
3.
And 1, 2, 3 they go. Jeff Windsor strikes out looking to end the 8th. Top of the 9th. We're moving through this quickly. Not nearly as high scoring as I thought it would be. Looks like right now who will score last is the Space Rangers. Scumino Holcavato is up. And Holcavato's going to line it to Bailey Jones. He catches it there. 1 down. Jeff Newman draws the walk. So we got a runner on first, 1 out for Lunar Base. And that is going to be a single. Lunar Base's 4th hit of the day by Cross Erickson. Puts runners at the corners with 1 down.
Strike 3.
Strikes out swinging as Hito Suyanagi's in, by the way. 2 down. Runners at the corners for Raking the Lake. Chuck a ball's in and will get Raking the Lake to ground out. So 2-1 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Nashville's Hirahara leading things off. Count. Marston deals, draws the walk. So the game tying run on first. Go ahead. At home, Jake Silliam's going to ground out into the 1-4 fielder's choice. They don't turn it. Wow, Salamanca up as that grounds out into the 4-6-3 double play. The Lunar Base Space Rangers win this one in a very, very close one, 2-1. Not a lot of offense, not what I would have expected, but they'll take the victory and advance to 45-19 so far on the season. If we want to get a prediction going for the next game, maybe. Player of the game, right into dirt, getting the win, pitching very well. Marston comes on for the save. Let's look at the rest of the league here. Boise winning a 1-0 shutout over the San Antonio Sloths. Only 5 total hits for San Antonio, but only 4 for Boise as well. Low scoring, low hitting offensive game. Mize pitching well here in this one as well. Gets player of the game and the win for the Raptors. Vancouver Vandals win 8-5 over the Pathfinders. They're on a bit of a hot streak here. All right, appreciate it. We got a prediction up. Who will win, the Amarillo Armadillos or the Puerto Rico Ranas? This game is in Puerto Rico. Dan King Jr. of the Vancouver Vandals will be your player of the game in this one. Providence Crabs win 4-2 over the New York Voyagers. This one in Providence. Player of the game in this one, Swan Song Goose of the Providence Crabs. Buffalo Surge winning at home 5-4. So looks like all the Legends home teams win in here. Player of the game in this one, Lewis Hyon Randall Jr. Buffalo starter not getting the decision here, but will be your player of the game. Let's look at the champions now. Death Valley going to extras against the New Orleans Rougarou, but they come out with the win 4-2 in the top of the 10th. Looks like it was Rake Slammer getting things done. And look at that, Max Power with a 3-for-4 day. Trying to keep his, you got the career slugging or career OPS record or something like that right now. Player of the game, Ryan Stryker Jr. getting the start for the Death Valley Scorpions. No decision, but did pitch pretty solid. Shout out to Ryan. Cancun Toros are going to win this one 5-0 over the Seattle Sea Serpents. Cancun, I think, still has the best record in the PBE. Player of the game, Greenwall, Cancun's third baseman? Yeah. Helping the Toros get the win in this one. And finally, be the Detroit Demons walking it off in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Travis Granholm, 2-run single to win it. Player of the game, Detroit starter Bogan Bay Bader. No decision for them, but they do end up getting the win. Detroit does. So that's in the books. Let's move over to the minor leagues, as we're going to see Amarillo and Puerto Rico up next. State College first, though, winning 2-1 over the Louisville Lemurs. Swift Steeds are up to 34-30 now in the season. Player of the game is Adam Joy. That's a new name for me here. DH for the Swift Steeds. Puerto Rico Ranas walking it off in the bottom of the 10th. Looks like Sterling Stern. Get it. Watch your Sterns there. Sterling Stern with a home run, solo home run in the bottom of the 10th for the Ranas to win it all. Player of the game in this one, Quentin DeYoung of the Puerto Rico Ranas. Kingpins win 4-1 over the Anchorage Wheelers. Luna Jose Ortiz, Rodriguez Ortiz, and a lot of names going on in there. Chicago starter is going to get the win in the player of the game effort. Hepcats win 7-5 thanks to 3 runs in the top of the 9th over the Flamingos. Player of the game in this one is going to be Nash DeVille of the Flamingos despite the loss. And finally, the Firehawks win 5-4 over the Bruce City Bears. 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Looks like Archer, the hero in this one, the 3-run bomb. Daniel Archer going to be your player of the game as well in this one for the Firehawks. All right, let's get to our next game on stream here. It will be the Amarillo Armadillos and Puerto Rico Ranas. 2 teams, I think, yeah, they kind of like what, second and fourth best records here in the minors, doing battle. Could be a playoff preview. Last chance to get your channel points in. Who's going to win? A lot of people are saying Amarillo. I think Puerto Rico would be a pretty good value bet at home here. They got an Aria pitching. You always feel good when you got an Aria pitching. All right, first pitch coming shortly. Aria pitching to Kirby Bernard in this one. If we want to close it down there, WCB. And Kirby Bernard is going to draw the walk. Takes off for second and is in there safely. Unique name up with a runner in scoring position. Grounds it to the shortstop, though. Runner has to hold. 1 down. Tyler Toksum's up, and Toksum's going to ground out to the pitcher. 2 down. Runner just get to third for Leonidas Ruiz. Single will score him. But Ruiz is going to fly out to center, ending at the top of the first. Sterling Stern leading things off for the Puerto Rico Ranas, batting .342 and hitting 13 home runs. Jeff Salad, the starter for the Dillo, is pitching incredibly well this season. And that's going to be a fly out to center by Salad. 1 down. Nace Cove flies out to left field. That's 2 down now. Quentin DeYoung's up. And DeYoung with a fly out to center. 1-2-3. The Puerto Rico Ranas bats go. So we go to the top of the second. Mills going to lead things off for the Dillos.
Strike 3.
Gil Mills trying to check her swing, but that is ruled a strikeout. 1 down. Troy Murphy now, single up the middle of center. 1 out base knock for the Dillos here. Bringing up Vince Whirlwind. And Whirlwind flies out to left. That is out number 2. Robert Gordon is up, and Barnabas Aria has strikeout number 2 on the day through 2 innings. No scores in this one. Bottom of the second, we go with Griffin Berry, Puerto Rico's catcher, starting things off.
Strike 3.
Berry strikes out on the big hack. Jeff Salad's first K of the day. Tex Justice Jr. now playing first base is going to get Puerto Rico's first hit of the game to right. 1 on, 1 out for Big Hurt Thomas. Big Hurt Thomas is going to get this one past the center field. One hops the wall. Will they send the runner? No, but that's 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 out for Berezowski. And Berezowski's going to ground this one to the second baseman, but he bobbles it, so run scores, no outs recorded. 1-0 lead now for the Ranos with runners at the corners. Stern going deep, 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 and gone. A 3-run shot by Steel Stern, excuse me. 10th home run on the season, a 3-run bomb giving Puerto Rico a 4-0 lead. Wesley Quinn now is up, and that is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. For out number 2 is Jeff Salad trying to calm things back down. Issues a walk to Sterling Stern. So 2 outs, 1 on, and a foul out. Inez Cove fouls out. Looks like Unique Name ran into the wall there to grab that one. That is now top of the third with the Ranas pulling out to a 4-0 lead at home. Sandshrew leads things off with a ground out to the shortstop. And then a Kirby Bernard single with 1 out. Get things going in the top of the third for the Dillos. Hold on, we got a wild pitch by Aria. Gets Bernard to second. And a single up the middle by Unique Name. Do they send the runner? They do. And that is an RBI single. 1 run here now for the Dillos in the top of the third with just 1 out. Toksum also gets a single up the middle just past Wesley Quinn at short. 2 runners on with 1 out for Leonidas Ruiz. Big hack, though. You want to tie it up on 1 swing of the bat. Now it's Abigail Mills. Mills bounces out to the third baseman to end the inning. So the Dillos strike for 1 on a few hits. We go to the bottom of the third. We'll see if the Ranas can extend their 3-run lead. It's Quentin DeYoung leading things off. Salad still in there, deals, and will get a fly out to right. Shallow one. That is 1 out. Loud swing of the bat there for Griffin Berry, but it's a fly out to center. No problem for the Sandshrew. And Tex Justice Jr. grounds out to the second base. It's a 1-2-3. Puerto Rico's bats go. I think that's just what the Dillos needed here in this one. Top of the fourth. Troy Murphy leads things off, and that one was a no-doubter right off the bat. Home run solo shot from Troy Murphy. 441 feet make this a 2-4 game now. Vince Whirlwind's up, and Whirlwind's going to bounce out to the first baseman. Tex Justice Jr. taking care of it. Robert Gordon's up, and the DH will ground this one back to the pitcher. 2 down. Sandshrew in, and Shrew is going to line it to the center fielder. Sterling Stern grabs it, and that is out number 3. So the Dillos scratch 1 on a solo homer. Big Hurt Thomas leading things off for the Ranos as they lead 4-2. And Thomas is going to get a hit, his second hit of the day. Bringing up Berezowski. That ball sounded pretty good. Going back and gone. That is a home run by Berezowski. 2-run shot to extend the lead for the Ranas. Now they lead 6-2. Berezowski's 6th home run of the day. Steel Stern grounds out to the second baseman. That's 1 down. I'll bring up Wesley Quinn. And Quinn is going to reach via an error and get all the way to second. I think that was an error on the throw. Sterling Stern flies out to center. That's 2 down. Bringing up Inez Cove. And Cove is going to continue the cold stretch. Flying out to left center. 3 down. 2-run blast by Berezowski makes this a 6-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. Kirby Bernard leading things off for the Dillos. Aria still out there, and Bernard robbed of a hit. Defense picking up Berezowski with a diving grab in right. Unique Name flies out to the left field counterpart there. 2 down for Toksum. And Toksum's also going to fly out to left. So quick work of the Dillos bats in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Quentin DeYoung leading things off. Shawnee, I don't like it either. I don't like it either. What don't we like? Well, I don't like it. Whatever we don't like, I don't like it. Quentin DeYoung, lead off single. Now Griffin Berry's up as Unac Liberth enters the game. And Brary's going to fly out to left. That is one out. Tex Justice Jr. grounds out to the second baseman, but no, bobbles it. And we'll see if that comes back to haunt him. His big hurt Thomas grounds out into a fielder's choice. Runners to the corners, 2 down for Berezowski. Had that home run earlier, but will pop up to the second baseman to end the inning. Top of the 6th, still trailed by 4 with Leonidas Ruiz, the 4-5-6 hitters, set to hit in this half. Ruiz grounds out to the second baseman, but it is another error. We've had 4 total errors in this game. First one for the Rounds, though. Abigail Mills pops up high to the shortstop. That's 1 out. Now Troy Murphy had a home run earlier. Strikes out looking to make it out number 2. That'll bring up Vince Whirlwind on the 3-1. Draws the walk on Artemis Aria. Aria still out there. Is going to give up a hit to Robert Gordon. Do they send the runner? They do. And Gordon can't get an RBI single. Leonidas Ruiz out by a mile. The cannon from Menace Cove gets him. 6-2 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Steele Stern is up. And Stern is going to pop up to the third baseman. 1 down. Wesley Quinn will ground out to the pitcher. Or to the catcher, excuse me. That is 2 outs. And then Sterling Stern grounds out to the shortstop. 1, 2, 3, the Ranas bats go. As we go to the top of the 7th. Sandshrew set to go for the Amarillo squad. As Rory Whitaker enters the game. And Shrew is going to line it out to left. 1 out. Kirby Bernard draws the walk on 4 straight pitches. Unique Name is going to fly out to right. As out number 2. Bringing up shortstop Tyler Toksum. And before that, though, Bernard steals second. Runner in scoring position for Toksum, but cannot capitalize. That is a strikeout swinging. Bottom of the 7th. Menace Cove leading things off here for the Puerto Rico Ranas. As Nathan Abels come in. Cove sets in, and that is a shot going all the way to the wall. That's good for extra bases, and Menace has got a sliding double here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out. Puerto Rico trying to keep on the accelerator. And they will do so. Quentin DeYoung, that's off the top of the wall. Not getting out of here, but good for a double. They trade places, and the Puerto Rico Ranas have now made it 7-2 with no outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that is going to be a DeYoung stolen base at third, bringing up Griffin Berry. Berry's going to pop out in foul territory, so no shot at a sac fly, although the catcher was running pretty far away from home plate. Tex Justice Jr. draws the 4-pitch walk. As Abel's kind of all over the place. And that is a single up the middle by Big Hurt Thomas. Thomas with his 3rd of the day, first RBI, 8-2 ball game with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Berezowski on the 2-2 count grounds out into the 6-4-3 double play, so the Dillos clean up the inning finally, but do give up 2. They're trailing by 6 as we enter the top of the 8th. Leonidas Ruiz is going to bloop a single to left. That's 1 on and nobody out for Abigail Mills. Hitless to this point, and Mills will remain so. 6-4 fielder's choice. Full count for Murphy, and that ball pretty good and over the right fielder into the kind of the indentation or whatever you want to call it there. Troy Murphy's got a triple, RBI triple, and I think is Murphy like a double away from a cycle? Not sure. Anyway, Vince Whirlwind with runners on the corners now. And hold on, the Dillers are storming back. Robert Gordon, RBI single, scoring Murphy. 4-8 ball game now. Runners on first and second, only 1 out for Shrew. And Shrew is going to get thrown out by the second baseman. Tough play there. But Kirby Bernard's up, and Bernard flies out to right, so rally is over. Have to feel like, you know, if the Dillos wanted to come back in this one, they needed more out of that inning there. Nonetheless, it's a 4-8 ball game with the Ranas having a chance in the bottom of this 8th inning. And a big hit by Steele Stern. That is into the gap in left center. He's not stopping at second. He's going to third, and that is a lead-off triple. this this has been the week of dust. Yeah, somebody was gonna stream today and they called off, so I was free because I won't really be free the next week or so. Stern gets on base here with nobody out, and then Wesley Quinn gets a knock to right. Runner just safe there. Quinn's just safe at third. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Inez Cove, who's got an RBI single. So now we got runners at the corners. 10-4 ball game. Puerto Rico in the lead, but that's a strikeout by Quentin DeYoung. Griffin Berry up. Good RBI opportunity, but Berry's going to fly out to shallow right. Not enough for a sac fly. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Tex Justice Jr. pops up to the third baseman, and that will retire the inning. Dillo's down by 6. Just 1 inning to do it. Unique name's going to lead things off as Nick is in the game for the Ranas still. That is a deep fly out to center. 1 down. Bring up Tyler Toxum. Toxum is going to fly out to center as well. 2 outs now. Leonidas Ruiz is up. And Ruiz is going to keep the game alive with a single to center. 1 on, 2 outs for Abigail Mills. Mills grounds it back to the pitcher, though. Nick will take care of it, dumps over at first, and ball game is in the books. 10-4 victory for the Puerto Rico Ranas over the Amarillo Armadillos. Let's get another prediction here. We have Outer Banks and Buffalo going. I don't know if Wildcat Bandit's in here or not, but I can get something going too. Troy Murphy, player of the game in this one. Let's look at the rest of the league. We got the Lemurs winning 9-7 over the... Thanks, Wildcat Bandit. I can close it too if you got to run. So this will be the last stream game of the day. Yeah, where we're at. So Lemurs win 9-7 over State College on the road. Looks like a big day for Ben Kruger and Gumby. Although never sleep on my boy Cool Crab. Ben Kruger, your player of the game in this one in the Louisville Lemurs win. Anchorage Wheelers win 3-1 over the Chicago Kingpins. Both these teams pretty close in record, but Anchorage getting closer to 500 here. Player of the game, Anchorage starters, Guy Manuel Lore getting the win. 7 innings, no earned allowed. No earned runs there. Pretty solid. Flamingos win in extras over the Kansas City Hepcats 7-6. Looks like 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie it, and then a solo home run by Miroslav Katil. Wow, he's got to be player of the game there. Man, why are you guys giving points to Poe and Master Sheep? They don't need channel points. Are you kidding me? I'm just kidding. Hey, if they can get it, they can get it. Maybe they just like gambling. I don't know. Miroslav Katil is going to be your player of the game, helping the Florida Flamingos win in this one. Bruce City Bears are going to win 4-3 over the California Firehawks. As we got a prediction up. Over under hit 16.5. Aaron Ford of the Bruce City Bears, starting in this one, gets player of the game and the win. 6 innings, no earned. Switch it back to the majors. It'll be a 5-3 victory for the Boise Raptors at home over the Sloughs. They've won a few games today. It's going to be Neymar Cove getting the player of the game in the start there and gets the win. Look at that, though. Tiny Chef. I'd say he earned that save. Look at that. 42, 3 2/3 of an inning pitch. Getting the save. All right. Shout out to Anik. Outer Banks Aviators win on the road. We're going to see this game next. I think Buffalo won the first one, so it'll be the rubber match. The 3-1 victory for the Aviators here. Looks like Kyoru doing work. Player of the game, Gianna Morgan, the Outer Banks starter, getting the win in this one. Other Legends East matchups, the Providence Crabs are going to shut out the New York Voyagers 1-0 in an absolute pitcher's duel. Parco, my guy, where are you? Pitched super well. Just, wow. That'd have been a fun one to watch. We've seen quite a few pitcher's duels on stream today. The minors haven't been, but the two majors ones have been. So maybe that'll be the same for Buffalo and OBX coming up. Ooh, I'm liking the under as a value bet, though. We'll see. It's been kind of sluggish hitting on stream today. Pax Torrent going to be your player of the game in this one, getting the win. 9 strikeouts and 7 2/3 pitch, no earned runs. And the Pathfinders getting some revenge on Vancouver. I think they dropped the first one. They win it in extras thanks to a Jeff Lewis 2-run homer in the top of the 10th. Able to hold it in the bottom of the 10th there. And oh my God, look at this. Starscream nearly going 10 innings. Mar just comes on in the bottom of the 10th to pitch one pitch and gets the save. Otherwise, Starscream pitched 9 2/3. Wow. Impressive outing by Starscream. Going to get the win, and rightfully so, player of the game. That's a Chad move. Like, nah, I'm gonna stay out there. Damn pitch limit. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what is Starscream's pitch limit? Is it 120? I think the default's 130, right? Or that's the absolute max in the league. Anyway, Demons win at home over the Apex 6-3. As Hugh Mann, Detroit starter, getting another win here. Yeah. Yeah, see, I know things, Nospace. I know a couple things. Yeah, good outing for Hugh Mann, getting the dub for the Demons. Cancun winning on the road. They just keep winning. 5-3. As they take down the Sea Serpents. Looks like a clutch, maybe 3-run homer from Greenwall. Player of the game in this one, Johnny Quest, Cancun starter, getting the dub. Death Valley Scorpions winning a close one over the Rougarou 5-4. So we're working our way through things. This is gonna be a little bit longer sim for whatever reason. Just had a lot of games to get through. Last stream game of the night, primetime number 4, OBX and Buffalo. This one in New York. Johnny Tsunami II going to get player of the game in the win for the Scorpions. Did give up 5, but had the run, or 4, but had the run support. And finally, Space Rangers win 5-2 over the Nashville Stars. We saw that game just a bit ago. Again, reminder to get those channel points wagered. Got about 15,000 on the over and 2,400 on the under. Over under 16.5 total hits. Mano Wright of the Space Rangers going to get the win and will be your player of the game, pitching solid in this one. That is, that's it. I think we did the minors already, right? Yeah, we did this game. All right, and we go to Buffalo. Mio Hooper, Benny Sheets doing battle in this one. Looks to be a pretty even matchup by the ratings. We'll see. I mean, both these pitchers giving up some runs for each team. So I mean, the over could be good. But like I said, all day today on these stream games, we've seen nothing in the majors at least, but low offensive outings. So You know, especially like teams like DVS and Lunar Base, who would have expected to be just slugging it against teams like Boise and Nashville. It was a 2-1 game, I think, for both of them. See if Buffalo and Outer Banks fares any differently. Final chances, get your bets in as we are about to go live. Mio Hooper dealing to Danny Brennan, a Legends East matchup. Outer Banks, Aviators a little bit outside looking in right now for the wild card. I know it's a little bit early. Buffalo trying to win the division. And here we go. Danny Brennan trying to start this off with a bang, but it's caught right at the wall by Mustard. One down. Cole Kim hitting hot right now, but flies out to center for out number 2. Babbitt Person's up, and Babbitt Person will strike out looking. So 1, 2, 3. Mio Hooper shuts him down. The bats of the OBX variety. Mike Forbes Jr. leading things off for the Surge. It'll be Benny Sheets
Strike 3.
pitching in this one, and is going to get Forbes Jr. looking for 1 out. OOTP Wizard now is up on the full count. Wizard grounds out to Babbitt Person at second. That is out number 2. Cookie Monster is going to ground out to Babbitt Person at second for out number 3. 1, 2, 3, the Surge bats go. No hits, no runs through 1 full inning for either team. Top of the second with Hatsu Kaoru leading things off. Kaoru watches strike 3 go by. Hooper's second K of the day. With 1 down, Okada Khan's up now, and Khan is going to ground up to the second baseman. That's out number 2. Dunkin' Donuts is going to leg out an infield single to the second baseman. That is out, or is 1 on for 2 outs for Fielder, but Nick Fielder, the DH, grounds out to the second baseman for the final one. OBX getting a hit, so let's need some ones in chat. We're just 15 away from, or 16 away from hitting the over. Bottom of the second, Mustard leads things off. Gets it over the outstretched arms of Okada Khan for a bloop single. Buffalo's first of the day. 1 on, nobody out now for De'Aaron Taylor, who's been hitting well this season, but flies out to center field. No problem for Dunkin' Donuts. Calavera's up, and Calavera flies out to left. So 2 consecutive outs after the base knock. Constantro slaps this one hard into left, and that is going to be a 2-out knock. Fidel Valor Jr. with a runner in scoring position. Benny Sheets deals, and Valor Jr. draws a walk. So Hulk Savage, 2 outs, bases juice.
Strike 3.
Strikes out swinging. Clutch pitching from Benny Sheets here. So he gets strikeout number 2 on the day in a big moment. Buffalo Surge load the bases, but can't get any runs across. We go to the top of the third. 0-0 ball game. Aaron Henry leads things off for Outer Banks, and that is a strikeout swinging. Beckett Brooks now.
Strike 3.
Also strikeout. That's 2 down. Danny Brennan now gives this one a ride to center over the head of Mike Forbes Jr., and that is a 2-out double. So RBI opportunity for Cole Kim. You know he's a contact kind of guy. But Kim is going to get way too under this one. Pop up and shallow center. Shortstop takes care of it. Out number 3. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Forbes Jr., their leadoff hitter, starting things in this inning. And Forbes Jr. is going to strike out swinging. Big hack for him. 1 down. OOTP Wizard trying to get off the cold stretch. Strikes out swinging. So back-to-back Ks for Benny Sheets, number 4 on the day. Cookie Monster up. And Cookie Monster is going to bounce out to the second baseman. No problem for Babbitt Person. 3 up, 3 down for the Buffalo Bats as we go to the top of the fourth. Just 2 hits apiece for each team. No runs in this one. Who will strike first? Babbitt Person is up and will draw the walk, so he's more like I Person. Kaoru, I think I've already made that joke. Never mind. But Kaoru grounds out into the 6-4-3 double play. 2 down. Okada Khan continues his cold hitting ways, strikes out hacking, and that is the end of the top of the fourth. Bottom of this inning we go. Mustard and Mustard leading things off. Mustard, loud crack of the bat, but it's going to be caught by Dunkin' Donuts in center. That is 1 out.
Strike 3.
Taylor strikes out swinging. We got a lot of good pitching going on in here as Benny Sheets. Strikeout number 5.
Strike 3.
Make that strikeout number 6. Manny Calavera the victim here to end the fourth. Still no score as we go to the top of the fifth. Only 4 total hits. Over's feeling pretty nerve. It'll be Dunkin' Donuts leading things
Strike
off,
three.
and Donuts strikes out swinging. That's Hooper's 6th strikeout through 4 1/3. Now Nick Fielder up, left-handed DH, is going to fly out to center. No problem for Forbes Jr. Aaron Henry grounds out to the first baseman, and that is the inning, or this half of the inning retired. Nothing doing at all for the Outer Banks Aviators bats. Tunch Denstro leading things off for the Buffalo Surge. Denstro's going to get his second hit, a single to right. Get a single to left to start things off. Now Valor Jr. up. That ball pretty good off the bat, and it's going to be over the head of Dunkin' Donuts, and that's going to be our first run of the ball game. Vidal Valor with an RBI triple. And we are off in this one. Buffalo in the lead 1-0.
Strike three.
Hulk Savage strikes out swinging. The runner in scoring position. I'll bring up Forbes Jr. 2-2 count. Forbes Jr. is going to fly to left. They do not send the runner. Not deep enough for a sack. OTP Wizard now up, and he will fly out to left. So Buffalo gets a run across on some small ball. They take the lead 1-0 as we go to the top of the 6th. Very low-scoring games all day today for the majors. But we'll see if that changes here at the end. Beckett Brooks leading things off, draws a walk on 4 straight pitches, and now it'll be Danny Brennan up. Brennan flies out to center. That is 1 down. Pull Kim
Strike
up,
three.
and Kim, rare strikeout there for Kim. That's 2 down for the Aviators bats. Babbitt Person giving this one a pretty good ride, but no problem for Mike Forbes Jr. That is out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Buffalo in the lead, 1-0 over the Aviators. Cookie Monster starting things off with a walk. Now it's Mustard and Mustard, and he's going to ground out into the 1-6 fielder's choice. As De'Aaron Taylor's up, and we've got a wild pitch. Taylor strikes out looking for out number 2. Runner in scoring position. Bringing up Manny Calavera. And Calavera, not able to capitalize, flies out to shallow left. 3 down in the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Outer Banks completely stifled on offense. Top of the 7th with Hatsu Kaoru up.
Strike three.
Kaoru watches strike 3 go by. That is out number 1. Okada Khan now flies out to left. That is out number 2. Bring up Dunkin' Donuts on the full count. Donuts pops this one way up high, but it's caught by the second baseman. 1-2-3, the Aviators bats go in this top of the 7th inning stretch now as we get ready for Buffalo to take over. Denstro leads things off with a ground out to the shortstop. No problem for Beckett Brooks. 1 down. Vidal Valor Jr. now up. He is going to give this one a ride to right, but it hangs up. Caught by Brennan. 2 down. Hulk Savage grounds out to the second baseman. That is out number 3. Top of the 8th. Just a 1-0 ball game for the Aviators. But they have not generated much offensively.
Strike three.
Nick Fielder striking out for out number 1. Neil Hooper's 9th strikeout in this one. Aaron Henry's now up. And Henry is going to fly out to left. 2 down. Beckett Brooks flies out to right, and that will do it. Quick 1-2-3 for the Aviators. Not what you want to see. They're not even seeing a lot of pitches here, as Neil Hooper's not even to 100 yet, and we're going into the 9th shortly. Bottom of the 8th, though, Forbes Jr. leading things off. See if Buffalo can get some insurance. Pop up to the third baseman. That's 1 down. OTP Wizard gets a hit. First hit of the day for him. Maybe trying to break out of that cold stretch. And Wizard safe stealing second. Cookie Monster now up, and Monster's going to draw the walk. So some traffic on the bases for Peach Toadstool. That ball off the bat of Mustard. Oppo Taco over the right field wall and gone. Buffalo now with a 4-0 lead over the Aviators in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be De'Aaron Taylor up as Mason Williams is coming to the game now for the Aviators, and the hits keep coming late here. Single by Taylor with just 1 out. Another single, this one up the middle by Manny Calavera. Runners on first and second, 1 down. And it'll be Tunch Denstro coming in. Flies out to left. That is out number Wait, what? I didn't even see that. Did he double him up? So it was a fly out to left, and then he picked off the runner at second? Is that right? Anyway, I guess we're in the top of the ninth with Brennan flying out to center. That is one away. Mio Hooper's still out there. And Cole Kim is going to bounce out to Hooper on the mound. Last chance is Babbitt Person, who gets a hit up the middle. So a 2-out base knock, but they're still trailing by 4. Martin Roy, or Wah, has come into the game to finish it, and Kaoru will bounce out to the catcher for out number 3. Buffalo Surge win this one at home, 4-0, shutting out the Aviators in pretty low offensive game. Yeah, doubled up at second. I didn't even see it. I just saw the catch. I didn't even see the throw, I guess. Buffalo getting the series win at home. Mio Hooper, player of the game, pitched incredibly well here. Let's look around the league here. It's going to be the Toronto Pathfinders winning on the road against the Vancouver Vandals. Kendrick Mills, your player of the game, the Toronto catcher, helping drive this Pathfinder offense in the victory. Raptors winning at home. A bit of a hot streak or warmer play here as of late. They win 5-2 over the San Antonio Sloths. Player of the game in this one, Geronimo Ovechkin. No decision for the Boise starter, but a good outing nonetheless. The Voyagers avoid the series sweep. They win on the road against Providence 4-2. Hits don't matter, as they say. Well, just me, I guess. That's my saying. It's a disgusting amount of left on base, too. We've seen a few of that today. Xavier Crawford's going to get the win and will be your player of the game in this contest. Taking it over to the champions, the Space Rangers shut out the Stars to, I think, sweep the Stars on the road. 4-0 victory for Lunar Base. Player of the game, Legra Macarena getting another one. 7 innings, no earned, and 9 strikeouts. Great outing there. Demons win at home against the Apex, 6-3. A lot of offense there for Detroit in this one. Vader Page getting the win for the Demons and is your player of the game in this start. Nicely done by Page. Cancun Toros keep winning. 4-1 victory. They're on a 6-game win streak now. 4-1 victory over the Seattle Sea Serpents. Matt Strom, going to be your player of the game, getting the win for the Toros. Look at that ERA, too. 2.31. Wow. Wow. Anyway, 10-1 victory for the DVS team. That is the Death Valley Scorpions over New Orleans. Player of the game in this one, DVS starter Jeffrey Lebowski, 7 1/3, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts in the win. Let's take a look at the minor leagues. Oh, we should probably just save quick. Dillos win 5-2 over the Puerto Rico Ranas. A little bit of a revenge game, methinks. We do have a quick sim, but I think the majors are off. I would think both teams should be off, actually. don't know what's. Player of the game in this one is Valorant Arcanum. Getting the win in the start for the Dillos. Dillo, as they might say. California Firehawks win 11-8 over the Brew City Bears. Firehawks really pulling ahead here. Looks like a big day for T1000. 2 homers. T1000 will, in fact, be your player of the game for the Firehawks as they get the win. State College Swifties walking off in the bottom of the 9th over the Louisville Lemurs. They win 4-3. Look at that. Could have been way worse. Almost 30 left on base by State College. Drawing a lot of walks. Brian Eshelman Jr., your player of the game. Louisville started not getting a decision, not getting much run support. Anchorage Wheelers shut out the Kingpins 2-0. Very low scoring game. Only 3 total hits for the Kingpins. It'll be Bert Fisher getting the win for Anchorage. 5 1/3, no earn. Nicely done there, Herbert. And the Florida Flamingos win this one 7-3 over the Kansas City Hepcats. Player of the game in this one is going to be Lightning McQueen, the Florida DH, helping drive that offense. I think saw 3 RBIs from him. So, yeah. All right, and that will about do it. We shall advance the day. No minors and no majors. So we're just going to stop things here and upload to the index, and we're going to call it a day. We have our favorite streamer, Danny B, doing the games tomorrow. That should be a good one. We're kind of winding the season down here. A lot of teams are pulling ahead. The Legends wildcard picture is still kind of interesting. I think the Demons played pretty well today, so they're trying to solidify that 4th spot. Maybe they can't even get to 3rd, but like DVS, Cancun, and Lunar Base are just so good. It's tough being that 4th team in the champions or that 4 seed. They're gonna either, no matter what, you're gonna have your work cut out for you in the playoffs. No problem, Double Dub. How are the Dillos doing? The Dillos, are they winning, son? Do they put bat on ball? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I guess I don't pay too much attention to the minor league transactions and strats and scene and everything, but it definitely seems like for whatever reason the teams are very, very even right now. Like the spread is not very wide. Like I mean, maybe today a little bit. The Firehawks maybe pulled ahead a little bit, but I mean most teams are just hovering like within 2 or 3 games of 500. It's very interesting. Great to watch, horrible to GM. Yeah. No, you don't have to tell me about GMing very even teams. I'm a pretty good first-hand witness of that. All right, looks like we're just about wrapped up here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Index should be updated momentarily. And yeah, we've just about halfway through this week here. I suppose while we're sitting here, we could just look at the standings quick, since I got y'all with me. But yeah, it looks like Legends pretty too close to call. Sea Serpents and Apex didn't really help themselves out much, and Stars they didn't help themselves out much gaining in the wild card spot. Detroit's opened up a 10-game lead. And yeah, it's gonna be a battle for the 1 seed. Cancun playing well, but DVS Lunar Base right behind him. Let's go to the minor leagues. Yeah, it's tight. It's tight. But you know, there's still what? Why can't I math quickly? 40 more games left. So you know, not quite 2/3 of the way done. So all right, I think I'm gonna call it there. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I will catch you all later. Danny B tomorrow at like 7 or something like that. Yep. See you later.